In today's video, anti-rave redemptionists attempt to break up the wasteland's longest-running dance party as we play another game of Grimdark Future Firefight from One Page Rules. Well, hi folks, and welcome to the channel. I'm Lee, your old hammered host. Today we're going to play another game of Grimdark Future Firefight from One Page Rules. And once again, we're going to play it on board the derelict hulk of the Sea Empress, which is a wrecked freighter which somehow ended up in the wasteland. Perhaps it was a Bermuda Triangle anomaly that transported her across time and space, or a Philadelphia experiment type equipment failure, but at any rate, she is now here in the wasteland. And since nothing goes to waste in this post-apocalyptic hellscape, a couple of local gangs have converted the Sea Empress into a 24/7 rave venue, so it's a party boat. And so there are light shows, pulsating music, fog machines, and refreshments of various types that draw revelers from across the Badlands. It's like Burning Man on black market steroids. So while most of the locals are fine with this never-ending rave, some are not, like this gang of redemptionists here. So in today's game, they are going to attempt to infiltrate the party and take out the two holographic light show projectors. There's one right there, one back here, and also eliminate the master controls for the DJ, and those are up here. So recently, the folks at One Page Rules have added their Hive City gang lists to their Army Forge online army builder, which is great because now I can use some of these old Necromunda minis for Grimdark Future Firefight without having to write everything up in a spreadsheet. So defending the Sea Empress party boat today is a combined force of brutes and femmes, and normally these two gangs are rivals, but they have found common cause in this endeavor. So here we have a brute champion with a combat shotgun and a chainsaw sword. Here is a veteran bully with a heavy machine gun, and three regular bullies with rifles. For the femmes, we have a big sister with a close combat weapon and a flamethrower, a murder maiden right here with a poison sword and a needle pistol, and three regular sisters, two of which have rifles and one has an acid thrower. On the cultist side, we have a cult champion with a flamethrower pistol and a flaming sword because, you know, fire. Here is a deacon fanatic with a double-handed chainsaw. Two redemptionists back here with sawed-off shotguns. There's also one redemptionist who has an auto rifle with a flamethrower attachment. Only 6-inch range though. Three brothers with rifles and close combat weapons. And a fearsome mutant shambler who's been converted to the cause. He doesn't have any ranged weapons, but he's very good in close combat. So as I said, the redemptionists here are going to try to shut down the party by destroying the lights and the music. And the Ravers here will try to stop them. They will try to defend the Sea Empress and keep the party going. And just to speed gameplay along, we're going to assume that all the participants are already at the party. The Ravers are running the show, and the redemptionists have infiltrated the event. Maybe they're helping park cars or serve drinks, but they are going to soon reveal themselves and then make an all-out assault on the lighting and sound system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post guards at the lights, fore and aft, and at the DJ station. And everyone else is just going to be placed at random because, hey, it's a party. They're mingling. So there's a few D12s set down here with various numbers on them. Here's more D12s back here, 6, 4, 7, 8, and so on. So what I'm going to do here is for every unit that's not assigned to guard duty, say the cult leader here, I'm going to draw a random card and determine what spot they go on the boat. Then I'll roll for initiative as normal, and we'll see if the party goers can fend off this incursion from the Red Redemption. Okay, so everyone is placed. We have three Goliaths with rifles. They were posted on guard duty by the holograph projector. There is a redemptionist with a shotgun down here. Three redemptionist brothers with rifles over here. Another redemptionist shotgunner down here. The cult leader up here. Way up top, it's kind of hard to see him, is the Goliath with the machine gun. He's on guard duty at the top next to the DJ station. So he's up here guarding the control panel. Here's a squad of sisters right here. They have two rifles and the acid spitter. That can ruin your evening. The murder maiden with the poison needle pistol and the toxic claw is down here. She's waiting to ambush somebody apparently. There is the redemptionist with the two-handed chainsaw back in there. How he smuggled that in, we'll never know. Then we have a cultist with an auto rifle and a flamethrower attachment down here by the vending machine. And finally, the mutant shambler. He's just hanging out here by these oil drums. And he's waiting for the signal so he can crash the party. Okay, so everyone's in position, everyone's raving away, they're dancing, they're drinking, they're having a good time. And then there's a big signal from the redemptionists, and they throw off their disguises and start rampaging toward the sound system and the lights. And so we go into turn 1. We will roll to see who has initiative. The red die is for the redemptionists. Okay, so the Ravers have initiative. So for their first activation, these 3 guards are going to rush over here to the edge, and they are going to open fire on the redemptionist with the chainsaw. So they're shooting down here. So that's 2 rifle shots plus 4 shots from the acid spitter, which has poison, so that's probably going to ruin his day. Quality of 5+. So 1 hit from the acid spitter. The Deacon Fanatic there has a defense of 5+ from his red robes. And he does not defend, so he takes a wound. Rolls on the wound chart. And he's stunned. The Deacon is stunned. Could have been worse. He could have been melted by the acid. So now the cultists get to activate. So the Shambler is going to hop on this pile of barrels, scramble up the side of the ship, and attack this squad of brutes who are guarding the light system. So they kind of pile in. Now since the Shambler has impact, he deals 3 automatic hits when charging. So we'll give him 3 hits in the bank. Plus he gets 4 melee attacks, AP1. So 1 more. Total of 4 hits, 1 AP1. So the bullies defend with a 4+. Defended twice, but still took 2 wounds. 2 bullies are dispatched. And the remaining 1 can fight back. 1 attack, quality of 5+. And he hits. The Shambler has a defense of 4+. He fails, so he takes 1 wound. He has 3 to start with, because he has toughness 3. Takes 1 wound, and he backs up 1 inch. So now the Ravers get to go, and I think this big sister here with the flamethrower is just going to flash fry the Deacon who is on the ground. So 6 shots with the flamethrower, quality of 4+. 2 hits. And since the Deacon is stunned, he doesn't get to defend, so he is just eliminated. So that was the big sister. She activated. Now the redemptionists get to activate. So I think these 3 brothers here with rifles are going to back up a little bit and shoot up here at the brute champion. So 3 attacks, quality of 5+. No hits. So all 3 brothers shot and missed. Now the Ravers get to go, so the Murder Maiden is going to hold her nose, climb on top of the porta potty, and then scramble up to the deck of the ship. So she is up here, and she's going to help defend the light show. Next, the Redemptionists get a turn, and so the cult leader is going to shimmy this way and use his flamethrower pistol, on the Goliath leader down here. It only has a 6-inch range, but he is in range. So 6 attacks with the flamethrower pistol. Quality of 4+. Looks like 4 hits. That's pretty good. The brute champion defends with a 4+. And he got 1, but he missed 3, so he takes 3 wounds. He has toughness 3, but that's all of his wounds, so he needs to roll on the wound chart. Rolling and adding 3. 6, he is stunned. So he takes 3 wounds from the flamethrower, and he is stunned. Now the Ravers can't afford to lose him right now. He's too important. So on their next activation, he is going to stand up and become unstunned, but that's all he can do, and he still has 3 wounds. Now the cultists get to go again. So here's a cultist down here with an auto rifle and a flamethrower attachment. He is going to clamber up the rocks, hop onto the deck of the ship, and shoot the Goliath leader point blank with his mini flamethrower. So that is 6 attacks, quality of 4+. Fire! 2 hits. The brute champion has a defense of 4+. Blocks 1, but he still takes 1 hit. So that takes him up to 4 wounds. Rolls on the wound chart, adds 4, and he is eliminated. He is finally burned to a crisp. He's been purged by fire. So that redemptionist activated and incinerated the brute champion, though he already had a few wounds. All right, now the Ravers are going to try to take a horrible revenge. So the guard up here with the heavy machine gun is going to move over this way. And from his perch, he's going to fire down on this group of cultists here at the bottom level. So that's these guys here. They are now receiving a rain of machine gun bullets from above. So here's a veteran bully, quality of 4+, 3 attacks, AP1. Daka, daka, daka. 3 hits. The brothers only have a defense of 5+. Let's see how they do. 1, they defended once. 2 other guys are killed. So 2 brothers are eliminated. And only 1 remains. Next, it's the cultist turn again, and I think this redemptionist with a shotgun here is going to hop up this way and see if he can shoot at the big sister on deck here. Sawed-off shotgun only has a range of 6 inches, but he is in range. And we'll just say the ship's railing is not solid enough for cover, so that is 4 shots at a 4+. Redemptionists are pretty good at shooting, but their defense isn't that great. So 4 shots with the shotgun. Oh, 3 hits. So the big sister has a defense of 5+. Doesn't block any of them, so she needs to roll on the wound chart and add 3. And she's eliminated. So unfortunately, the shotgun pellets took her out. So now the Ravers get to activate again, and I think this lone rifleman right here is going to charge across the bridge and engage this redemptionist in hand-to-hand, because he doesn't really want to fight the mutant here. Nor does he want to get hit by this guy's flamethrower, so he's going to battle him in close combat. Quality of 5+, 1 hit, misses. The redemptionist fights back. He has a quality of 4+, so he's actually a better fighter. And he misses. And then the bully backs up 1 inch. All right, it's almost the end of round 1. I think there's 1 redemptionist yet to move. That's this guy here, and I think what he's going to do is hop on top of the porta potty, clamber up the side of the ship, and join the mutant next to the light projector. So since that's the end of the round, this light show is now uncontested. It's in the hands of the cultists, who rip it out of the deck and toss it to the ground, where it smashes, so it is destroyed. So now the wattage of the Sea Empress light show has been reduced by 50%. Okay, going into round 2. So for the first activation of round 2, the heavy bully is going to unleash the machine gun on the mutant shambler down here, who already has 1 wound. So 3 shots with a quality of 4+. 1 hit. Shambler defends on a 4+, and he does not, so he takes another wound. So that's 2 wounds off of his total of 3. He's got 1 wound left. Now the redemptionists get to go, and they have a few options. I think this redemptionist here is going to clamber up 1 level and use his flamethrower attachment on the veteran bully with the machine gun. But I think we're going to give the bully some cover because of the weird angle and the way the deck is there. So that's 6 attacks, hitting on a 5+. 2 hits. Bully defends on a 4+. And he defends. He blocks the flame. He dodges out of the way. So he kind of leans back this way, so the flame gout misses him entirely. Now the Ravers get to go. They're firmly in control of the bow of the ship, but not so much the stern. So I think the Murder Maiden is going to move over this way and use her poison needle pistol on the redemptionist right here. 1 attack, hitting on a 3+. And she hits. The redemptionist defends on a 5+. And he does. He blocks it. Next, these 3 sisters here are going to move over this way and shoot that guy. So that's 2 rifles and an acid spitter. Let's see what that can do. So the rifles have the blue dice and the acid thrower has the green dice. Hitting on a 5+. 1 hit from the acid gun. Redemptionist defends on a 5+. No! He takes a wound. Rolls on the wound chart. And he is eliminated. So, got caught in a spray of acid, and that knocked him off his perch. Now the redemptionists get to go, so I think the leader is going to climb up here. He's going to clamber up here and use his flamethrower pistol on the Goliath who has the machine gun. 6 attacks, quality of 4+. 3 hits. Defending on a 4+. Takes 2 wounds. So the machine gunner rolls on the wound chart, adds 2, and he's eliminated. Takes a gout of flame at close range, and that's the end of him. So it seems like the Sea Empress is running out of defenders right now, but the Ravers will do their best. So this guy will clamber up and engage this redemptionist in hand-to-hand. Hitting on a 5+. He hits! Redemptionist defends on a 5+. And he does. He blocks it. Redemptionist fights back. I think he fights back with a 4+, though. Yep, 4+. And he hits. And the bully defends on a 4+. And he does not. Takes a wound. Rolls on the wound chart. And is stunned. And if you stun a model in close combat, like this Redemptionist did, he can attempt to move the guy he's stunned. He's got to get a 4+ to do so. Does not. So he was going to try to push the bully off the deck, but he does not do it. So this bully is stunned. And I think that is all the Ravers. So now the Cultists get to move everyone else they have left, which is a bunch. The mutant is going to rush way over this way. So he is now right there. This shotgunner here is going to run over this way and climb the ladder. And finally, this last rifleman right here is going to kind of climb up this way and get about there. He is the last surviving member of his squad, but he is still in the fight. Okay, going into round 3, things are not looking all that great for the Ravers. They have one guy who's stunned right here, a squad of sisters right here, a murder maiden right here, and let's see what they can do in round 3. So I think the sister squad is going to climb down here onto the rocks so they can shoot up at the higher decks and fire up here at this cultist with the shotgun. And again, because the angle is kind of weird, we'll give him some cover. So the sisters are shooting with 2 rifles and an acid spitter with a quality of 5+. And 2 hits. So the cultist defends on a 5+. Defends once, takes a wound, rolls on the wound chart, and he's stunned. So they did manage to stun him, which is something. Plus he takes a wound. So now the cultists get to go. This cultist here is just going to stomp on this rifleman and eliminate him since he is stunned. Kind of a dirty trick, but does the job. The murder maiden here is fast, so she can charge 16 inches. So I think she's got enough movement to rush over here, hop up here, rush over here, and stomp on the shotgunner and eliminate him. So it may be kind of self-indulgent, but she's going to stomp on that Redemptionist with her boot, since he's the one who shot the big sister. The Redemptionist leader right here is going to rain fire on the Murder Maiden. 6 shots, normally hitting on a 4+, but the Murder Maiden has stealth, so it's now a 5+, because she's hard to shoot at. 2 hits. Defending on a 5+. She gets it. She blocks both hits. So now there are only Redemptionists left to activate. So this guy's going to move over here, shoot this group of sisters. 1 shot, 5+. He hits. They defend on a 5+. They do. They block it. This Redemptionist here is going to clamber up and take control of the DJ booth. And the Mutant Shambler is going to rush 8, which should get him within 3 inches of the light system. So at the end of round 3, the Mutant Shambler destroys the other holographic light projector. And this cultist uses his autogun to perforate the DJ station, at which point the lights go out and the sound goes dim, and the Sea Empress is no longer party central for this section of the wasteland, which is very sad. And once the lights go out, the sisters and the Murder Maiden decide to run off into the hills because there's no use in getting doused with napalm if the party is already over. So at the end of the game, the Redemptionists still had their cult leader, plus the Mutant Shambler, even though he has 2 wounds, a lonely brother who lost his other brothers, and then a redemptionist with an auto rifle and a flame attachment. The Ravers, on the other hand, were down to a squad of sisters with an acid spitter, so that's not nothing, plus a murder maiden, but they were not able to save the sound equipment on the Sea Empress, and so the party is over for now. So the redemptionists, no doubt, have some plan for the Sea Empress, though it's probably going to be a lot less fun than the party boat concept that the Ravers were using it for, but who knows, perhaps the Ravers will return at some point and reclaim their beloved ship. But that is a tale for another day. All right, folks, that is a wrap on today's video. Thanks very much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be back soon with some more tabletop wargaming madness, as we like to say. But until then, take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you next time.